All right, guys, this is DJ Wolf. Of course, the podcast here is DJ Wolf Live um, on For All to Hear TV. I got to talk about this right quick, guys and gals. I just came out of the oral surgeon. In other words, they're the professional dentists of dentists. Not saying that the dentist that I usually go to is not professional, but these are the guys who do the hard stuff. And I happened to have a consultation. The consultation just ended about an hour, about a little over an hour long. And I'm not going to front, ladies and gentlemen. After having that consultation, I'm already having second thoughts about getting it done. But it's kind of a necessary evil. Now, my wife just told me, she said somebody she know actually had damn near his entire mouth done with implants. I'm like, oh, hell no. And I don't even know how they did that. And I've only got two. Right and left. And, excuse me for a second, I'm going to, hold on. That's where I'm coming in right now thinking, damn. No, seriously though, and I'm not being funny about it, but it's kind of scaring me right now. You know, I don't know why, but it is. I guess because of the fact that I've never had that kind of surgery before, in the dentist's office or otherwise. The only other thing I had done was colonoscopy, and I recommend anybody 45 and over. They tell you 50, but you can get it younger. You can get it before you turn 50. The same thing goes with your prostate examination. I'm gonna tell you guys, I know it's a painful thing to do, and matter of fact, my next doctor's appointment, I gotta go and get that done. I know it's a embarrassing thing to do. You can do the blood PSA, but you also have to do the other thing too. Yeah, the Dr. Finger. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's better than the alternative, if you know what I mean. I would rather have it looked at the way they do it than have to do the other part, and that's if they're waiting until it gets worse. And I don't want to do that. You know, if all it takes is a finger to get me checked out, I'm fine with that. You know, people I know and love that died from prostate cancer. There's nothing to be playing with. Seriously, folks. There's nothing to be playing with. Not at all. You know, get it checked out. That finger is only going to be in there waiting about a couple of seconds, and you're done. You know, and that's in addition to you getting the blood work before you test it. The PSA, what they call for prostate, because you can do it both ways. But the finger test is a necessary evil. You know, something you have to do. You know, you gotta swallow your pride for a little bit. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not like doing it, but like I said, it's a necessary evil to get you tested, to get you checked out for. You know, because I've known people who had prostate cancer or have suffered from it, and it's not a joke, people. It's very, very, very serious. You know, very serious. I can't say enough about it. You gotta, like I said, you gotta put your health, you got. In other words, to make a long story short, you have to inventory your health. You know, you have to. It's not what you may do later on. This ain't what you could do maybe a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the road. That's what you need to do now. See, when I had my two teeth taken out back in 1987, I didn't know anything about implants. I didn't know it was even such a thing. Not even there. And I heard that they had some that didn't work, because the oral surgeon, she was just telling me, yeah, we've done it before. But we had different ones, and there was one or two that didn't actually work, but the implants has actually been proven to be work well, better than any of them. I'm not crazy about doing that either, but it's also something I got to do. It's going to save my teeth and eventually, keep me going for a long time. And it's something I really don't want to do for a number of reasons, because it's not cost effective. It's going to cost me a ton of. It's going to cost me some ends, and ends I ain't gonna have. I mean, excuse me for lack of a better word, I have to borrow, but I got to get it done. It's for health reasons that that this has to happen. So I don't have much alternative. I really don't. I really don't. I'm already weighing out options on there already, but and I'm gonna talk about it with my family about this. So, but it's just food, though. You really trying? Okay. So I really don't want to go that route, but I don't have much of a choice, folks. I don't have much alternative. I really don't. Some things you wish you could, hold off, but this is one of the things I can't hold off. Because what it's going to do, and eventually it's going to shift my teeth over completely, which is the real reason I'm getting it done, because it happened to, it's not like it happened to my back teeth, it happened to my middle teeth. Like two on the one on the left and one on the right. It was in the middle between two other teeth on the back end, and the remaining teeth on the front on the front end on each side. So it doesn't help. It's just something that I have to do, and I really, Lord have mercy, I gotta pray on it. I gotta pray on it hard, because what they told me that is going to have to take place for it, and what I was told in terms of the medications I got to take, I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. But I had no choice. I have no choice, folks. It's something that I have to do. I mean, like I said, the colonoscopy I didn't want to do. But I know too many people who said, man, it's not a big deal. This one might be a big deal, because a number of factors could happen. I'm already on a blood thinner medication already. And there are risk factors. There are some risk factors in here that for the surgery that scares the living daylights out of me. I was man up, so okay, I knew it. I was a little bit scared, but I don't know. So I gotta do it. See, that was the thing about people who I knew who died from things like prostate cancer and heart disease. They never either took the time to get it checked out, or they didn't take the time to do something about it. And it was, by that time, it was too late. I'm trying to do something about this now, while I still have my health. While I still have my health, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do this now. But that's the scary part, because like any surgery, it can be a great thing, or it could be a worst nightmare, and there's always risk, But my understanding, according to what the oral surgeon told me, it's a 95% 95% success rate. But it does scare me. I'm not going to front, ladies and gentlemen. It does scare me. But they said that they take precautions on everything. They monitor your heart rate and all that to make sure hey, everything goes well. The good thing is it's not an all-day surgery. The bad thing is I got to go back and do it a second time because I got 2 teeth to do it with. And then I got to go back to the dentist to get the crown put on each one. It's like, damn. Really? Yeah. So I got to make 1, 2, 3, 4 trips before it's all complete. Yep. They're going to put, and the way they're going to do it, they're going to put each one, I think they're going to put each implant in. I come back a couple months, check it, and they're going to put the second one in. Then I can go to this and get the other two, the 2 caps put in. I said, oh, jeez, man, are you serious? Yep, so it's going, and Lord, I pray it doesn't cost a minute. I really do. On top of everything else, it just. Here's the even crazier part: the surgery's in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 2 effing weeks. Scares me to death. And I was thinking, oh, well, we'll put it off about 6 months from now, something like that. Nope. About 2 weeks. Pray for me. But I got to do what I got to do. It's like anything else. I didn't want to do the colonoscopy. And come to find, the colonoscopy wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. I did have a little bit of a scary moment because they had that thing so far in me when they removed the polyps. I was like, damn. And they pulled, I could feel a pull on me. This is even when I was sedated. But then when the doctor today told me about the oral surgery I might have, it's like, we're going to, put all these drugs in you. It's like, oh, shit. Excuse my French, guys. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of scaring me, so I might have to take a couple of days off for that. It's crazy. So I'm like, oh my God. The time, there's just going to be a lot of time involved with this. A lot of time. I was like, damn. Whew. Lord have mercy. She definitely said that, she definitely told me one thing, that they had, I definitely had to take some medications. And, wow, heavy medications. I'm actually going to drop off my prescriptions right now. Like I said, it's a necessary thing that you got to do. You got to take your inventory of your health. You have to. We all have to. And look at it like this. You're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the health of yourself, and you're really teaching and doing it for the health of your family. Because if you do it and you take inventory to take care of your health, guess what your kids are going to do when they see you do that? Take care of their health. Now, I'm not going to front. When I lived at home, I know my parents, or my dad used to complain about going to the doctors all the time. He didn't really start going until he got in his later years. I mean, he went, but he didn't go as often as he did. And then sometimes when he had to get something done, he just tried to skip, and he tried to talk about he's going to tell the doctor what needs to be done. Like he's a doctor. You're not a doctor. I used to tell him all the time, you're not a doctor. Go see a doctor. And I understood why he was apprehensive about it. But the surgery one of the surgeries that he could have gotten done wouldn't have been much. But he just didn't want to do it. And it used to be, it made me real sad, man. But I just said, I vowed to myself, I'm not going to do my family like that. I want to be around and live a long life, man. We all do. And the way to enhance that and extend it is to take care of your health. Stop being selfish. I watch my 600-pound life, and I'm watching people on there many times over, where those folks on my 600-pound life go on this show and they eat up a storm. Some of them 600, 700, 800 pounds got their kids washing their ass. And we ain't talking about elderly folks. We talking about generally mobile. Come on. Looks like a damn full fire. We talking about elderly folks. Not elderly folks. These guys are, you'd be amazed how old these people are. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years old, got their kids washing their ass. Or in one case, this one guy, and I'm still shocked by this. This woman, I think she was relatively probably in her 50s, mid-50s. Her son, 33 years old. Now, very capable adult that can watch his own self. His mom, no joke. And he was a big guy. He wasn't like a 800-pound guy couldn't move. This guy could move. Okay? And he would literally sit there, get on the bed, and have his mom wash his balls. Excuse my French. Sure did. He was very capable of doing things on his own. But I think he was a little bit on the slow train, and I ain't trying to be funny because I think he was a little on the mentally challenged. Not extremely mentally challenged, but he was a little bit mentally challenged, you can tell. But I think that's because his mom babied him, and you can tell the difference. He wasn't quite like that, but he was a little bit like that. But not to a point where he wasn't capable of doing his own stuff. But I think his mom did baby him. He never actually talked about a job either, but all he did was eat. And eat. But his mom was doing him a disservice by treating him like a child. Because at one point, she's refer to him, little boy. This dude's 33-year-old man. But anyway, many of those parents on there, especially the ones who had the problem with a problem with the weight. Some of them 25, 30, 35, 40 years old got kids washing their ass. And they were very capable in a lot of cases. Some of them were a little bit mobile because of weight. But even with that, my thing was that these parents, to me, on some level, were kind of on the selfish side. And I'm going to say selfish side because they sat there and packed on their weight and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and got to a point where they can't even go watch the kids graduate. They can't go watch the kids play softball, sports, can't take the kids to the movie, to the park, push the kids on the swing, nothing. Because they got so immobile and so big. And I think it's selfish for any parent to sit there, eat and eat and eat and think only about themselves and not about the fact that they're risking their health to be selfish, to not want to be around for their own kids that they raise. That's a problem, folks. That's a huge problem. A monumental problem to me. Because you putting yourself before all of that. I said, that's a damn shame. And I just felt like, wow. I know myself. We've all had traumas and stuff growing up. Everybody has. At least something. That may or may not have affected you directly. But we've all had them. At some point, you can't put that trauma on your kids by sitting there eating yourself to death. And got your kids wiping your ass at 20, 25, 35, 40 years old, and you're very mobile. The immobility is because some of you guys didn't bother to maintain your weight down to a reasonable level. That in itself is a problem. And then you put that burden on the kids. That earlier, it was one 600-pound like this woman And she wasn't quite that immobile herself. But she had her 5-year-old kid washing clothes. I said, he said, get them in the wash and pull the clothes out. You know? And what if he made a mistake, did something wrong? I'm glad he didn't know. But just saying, you know, that's a prime example of what I'm talking about here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You know? One girl had to drop out because her father was so damn selfish. You know? This dude was constantly eating, even after he was on his deathbed, just eating all kind of junk the whole time. Dr. Now tried to help him. He's still eating. He ain't listening to nobody. He eventually died. But his daughter had to drop out of school, you know, to take care of him. She literally had to drop out of school to take care of his ass. Couldn't get more selfish than that. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sad. It was really sad to hear about the fact that he had passed away. And he wasn't an old guy either. He was completely immobile because of his weight. But his daughter had to drop out of school because of that. He made no effort to try to get back. No, all he did was complain. Well, that's just selfish. It's just selfish, beyond selfish, man. It's just crazy. I just shook my head. I just shook my head. I said, that's freaking ridiculous. And it was. It really was. It made no sense whatsoever. You know, some of us got to get out of that what was me zone and start thinking about other people besides yourself, like your kids. You know? It just irks me every time I watch that show and I see them kids, man, having to be in the quagmire because their parents decide they want to just eat themselves to death and not think about, hey, you know what? Let me lose weight, get healthy, and try to stay active for the sake of my family. Which is hence the reason why I'm going to do this thing, which is these fools out here. I swear. Boy, I tell you. It's crazy how these people be driving around. It's absolutely insane. The insanity is real. It's really real. Anyway, guys, I got more to talk about here. I'll pull up right here. Just why. I got much more to talk about here on my podcast, DJ Wolf Live, on For All to Hear TV. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks for the new subs that have joined me. I'm up to 245. I'm actually shocked by that, but I'm actually thankful and grateful about that. I really am. I appreciate each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Thanks again. Love y'all. Stay focused. God bless. I'll talk to you later. I'm out.